What's poppin', everybody? Everybody, what's going on? East New York's Finance, hosted by the one and only yours truly, Mike. So Saturday and yesterday, I went nowhere. Obviously, rain, but I didn't go thrifting because I just wasn't in the mood. I decided to bag and tag and get all the GI Joes ready, and I had a lot of weapons that I needed to weapons and file cards for the 97 to '06 line that I've been doing for about a little over a week and a half now. It was a lot of figures. It was like over 80, over about 80 figures, and I still have more figures I need to do. I'm waiting for some more file cards. I'm waiting for some more of the foot, like the foot stands to put them on. But other than that, I have exhausted every weapon and file card in the books for all the figures that I have that I needed for, et cetera, et cetera. Then all the extra stuff. I made a deal today with my boy Hector. He was the one that allowed me, basically. I'm gonna say it, allowed me to get all the GI Joes that I got from that lady and her son that Saturday that was set up next to me, and that initiated me to buy a banging ass Nike Supreme denim vest that I love. And on top of that, I met up with them that evening at their house in the Bronx and brought everything else. But I told Heck, I said, I'm gonna go through the stuff I need, and whatever I don't need, you're gonna get anyway. And he knew exactly what that meant. So about almost a month later, about 3 or so weeks later, it came true. We made a deal today on that and some other stuff. He's been my well, he's always been a person that we've always, traded and brought from each other over the years anyway. So he's my to-go-to guy now. Cause the dude Eunice, I'm not really fuck with him like that. He plays too many games at times, and I don't like being lied to or played with like I'm a fool or I'm stupid. So I'm gonna leave that as that. And other than that, today, I was like, you know what? This is the first time in a long, maybe about a year or two, that I've actually went to my unique, because normally I get the texts, stating that they're doing a 50% store wide, but 9 out of 10 I don't go. More like 9.999 out of 10 I don't go. Today was that 1% that I went. And I started off in Union, which, I mean, that was the first thrift shop I've ever came to from, like once we left New York. That was my to-go-to place. So much so that every day, Friday through Saturday, I would drop Isaiah off to school, go there, hang out all day, then come back, get him. Sometimes take him with me, and depending on what I found, and we'll go back for about an hour or two. Then he'll come back to his homework, and that was my daily thing Monday through Friday, on top of buying storage units. And then from there, I found out there was one in Watchung, which is 15 minutes away. So I would go there, but I didn't like that. I didn't like that one as much as I liked the Union, because I was cool with some of the people that worked there. So I was always, and nobody was hanging out and doing what they doing now. So I was always, you have people that would brazen and brush out, but I was the guy that always, I used to go to the car with like bags. I'm talking about like heavy, big ass bags full of shit. And then I found the one in Elizabeth, and that one was always like a hit or miss, but mainly I would buy stuff, but it was never, the gold mine was always my unique and Union for me. So then after Elizabeth, I found a spot. I found the downtown Patterson location, and over the period of time, I would, normally, go from Union to Elizabeth and back to Union and then to downtown Patterson, or straight from Union to downtown Patterson. And one day, one of the security guards, who's a CO, because they always hire armed guards at my unique, and he told me one day about red, white, and blue, and it went one day and out the other. And maybe about 5-6 months later, I took him up on that. I found out where it was. And it's funny because a lot of times when I buy storage units, when I'm going, I forgot the name of the place. I think it was something Compass or something. That storage facility, black heavyset dude. A lot of people don't like him, but me and him always had a decent rapport. And I think he lived on the premises. He lived there. I mean, you got some facilities where people live there. I mean, they actually legally live on the premises. Some of them are the owners or upper management, and they have apartments on site and stuff like that. And sometimes like if I had to take a truck or whatever, I couldn't get obviously on the Garden State Parkway. So I would go a certain way, and I would take 20, and I would take 21. Not really knowing what 21 was, because everything was GPS. Now I know 21, 22, Route 3, Route 17, and all that shit. Now I know all these areas, but back then I didn't. I knew 280 and the Garden State. That was it, because they're both by my house. But anyhow. So I'm like, holy shit. And I'm like, yo, I used to pass this place all the time. And I would always look as I'm driving, either going or coming. And I would see it said Red, White, and Blue Thrift Shop. And I'm like, And it was a big ass place. And I'm like, I just always kept driving past it. Who would have fucking known for like 2 years prior, I could have been getting fired. Because the first time I went in there, I got a Marvel Legends Sentinel. I must have walked out with like almost 3 shopping carts full of shit. Because a lot of guys that were there before me, they were really going for clothes. They weren't really. I mean, I used to get a lot of video games, toys, everything. And a lot of shit was open to me. And then like about a year or so later, more people start gradually getting into that and this and that, and it just became a competition with everybody. But I was for like that first year, so I was the guy that got all the toys. Nobody was really concentrating on toys, even Legos. It was all like all me. And little by little, it just boom, boom, boom. But anyhow, so today I went to Union, and I wound up spending about $300. Everything goes to about $600, because it's common sense. A lot of what a lot of thrift shops do is, it's just like if they have something that's really expensive. And once that color goes to 75% off, once they know they're gonna change the color, or if corporate tells them, "Hey, this color is so and so," they'll go to their high end items, and they'll pull it. They'll pull an item off the shelf and put it away because they don't want you to get it for that 75%. And then after the sale's over, they'll put the item back. Sometimes they'll change the ticket. Sometimes they'll leave the ticket like that, and then they'll take like 2 to 3 weeks before it recycles again. They do that. They actually do that. And sometimes, and what they all do is like they up the price on stuff. They put high prices on shit when they know they gotta do a 50%, especially if it's gonna be a store wide. And what they'll do is they'll put a higher price, and sometimes it'll sell for more than it normally would on a regular day. It's just funny how they do that, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But, I know that if I didn't buy the stuff that I brought, somebody else would have brought it. You know what I mean? So, yeah. It is what it is. But, let me show you guys what I got. So, I'm going to break it down to you now. Obviously, I've been talking for almost 9 minutes now. So, after meeting up with Hector, we should have just took my car, but he had to go meet somebody to take care of his business anyway, so he just followed me to Union. And I said, well, after dropping my stuff off, I went back inside. I didn't stay long, though. But, I went to Union. Then I said, fuck it. I went to Watchung. Watchung was a bust. I knew it was, especially at the time I went, about an hour later. Because on a 50% store wide, they open an hour early. Normally, they open at 10, but they open at 9, which is funny because every day, Sunday through Saturday, Red, White, and Blue opens at 9 a.m. They even close later, and they process 7 days a week, which I love, by the way. So first I went to Union, got video game stuff. Then I went to I went to Watchung, nothing. Then I went to the Watchung Target while I was on the phone with Fam, Eric, and Alex, and I wound up getting about 5 of the Super 7 G.I. Joes. I'm gonna show you guys that, and then from there, I went to Elizabeth. I was contemplating on going to the Second Avenue Union, and I was actually going to go back to the to the Union My Unique again, but I was at that point I was extremely tired, so I just went to to the Elizabeth My Unique. Nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing. And then from there, I took Broad Street all the way to, it turns into Broad Street or whatever the hell, Market or whatever the fuck they call it. It turns into 21. 21 is basically right where I wanted to be to get to go to Red, White, and Blue. Went there because I spoke to Pablo earlier, and he told me that Eddie and I think Izzy got a couple of items and stuff like that. And I was talking to Eddie, and Eddie doesn't really know toys like that, but I wound up getting stuff from him. Izzy threw me a couple of bones, and I waited, and a couple of things came out, and shockingly, man, I mean, it was crazy what came out, and probably what I missed. I was like, holy shit, like that very rarely happens, but every once in a while, you sneak one in, and I can't believe this was just sitting in an empty shopper cart. Nobody wanted it. I was like, yo, these people don't know what the fuck. I mean, I know this thing got to be worth at least $40 to $70, maybe even more. I still didn't look it up. So, and then from there, I went through downtown Patterson, and I was going to stop because, you go through Hawthorne going through the back way. And they have a Value Village, which is still My Unique, but they call it Value Village. And I drove by there, and I was like, you know what? It's already like almost 3 o'clock. Fuck it. I'm not going in. I'm not going to drive in there and waste my time. So I kept going. Then I was like, fuck it. I'll go to the downtown Patterson location. Same thing. I was like, I looked at the time and it was already like closer to 3, like really like 2:57 or something like that. And I was like, fuck it. So I just came straight home. So yeah, that was my day. You know what I mean? So let me show you guys what I got. So, show you what I got in Union, and let you guys see what $300 worth of video games look like that don't really seem like that much, but they put a high price on. As you see here, they put $20.99. Well, the kid, I remember when he first started working there. I mean, to be honest, I remember when everybody who's managers and stuff. I remember all of them when they were just workers. Now they got their little position, and just like anybody with a little position, they don't know how to act. And this kid, I really don't care for him. But then again, what's new, right? I mean, how shocked are you guys to hear that? Like, you guys know that normally I don't really like people that much anyway. I'm not a people's person. I don't like being around a lot of people. Never have. I don't trust people like that, and I just think people are full of shit, and I just don't like dealing with them. So that's the reason why, in a way, I'm not gonna say I'm a barbarian, and I have no etiquette. I just don't like bullshit or bullshitters. So let me show you guys what I got and then what I went back for. So first, let me show you this, because this is right here anyway, and this got to go back downstairs. But I ain't even looked this up. Unfortunately, this is missing both of the games, but it comes with Forza Motorsport 3 and Alan Wake. This is a downloadable game, but I'll probably wind up just trying to find both games to complete and put in here. The system is in really good condition, and it does have the 250 gig hard drive inside. Hector checked. They had this priced at $105, which is ridiculous, because Watchong had one as well for the same price, but it had no box, no nothing. And I didn't tell the girl, but I was just like, yo, that's crazy. So everything, again, it was a store-wide 50% off. So this thing is probably worth about, actually, let's see. I didn't even look, but I figured for $54, I didn't think I can go wrong. I mean, I did look up everything because the prices were crazy. And normally when I walk in there, I don't look in the back. Every once in a while, I might go look and say hi to my friend who works there. She's a real cool girl. Very, very polite and nice, very friendly and stuff like that. But, I didn't see her. Then I saw that one kid looking stuff up, and I'm like, oh shit, they got games there. And Hector was with me. And then I asked him, I was like, well, you know, do you want to go half on games or whatever? And he's like, nah, it's all you. Don't worry about it. You know what I mean? That's how we do, you know. Okay. I mean, 360s aren't your average. Like here, Slim Black 250 gig box only. So just the box sold for $40. Here's another one, box $12, box $14.99. And these are all box. I don't see anything. Here's a brand new one, box only. And here is that one. So this one, and this is the 250 gig without the games, is sold for $130. I don't see it with the game. Okay, here's another one. This is also console box for $360. So I'm seeing a lot of comps. Okay, here's this one. Okay, wow. Yeah, so it's all over the place as far as, it's hard to find this particular one. There's one for $80, then there's one for $140 sold. So $50. $105 is a little high on something like this, but it's a thrift shop. They get the shit for free. And I made a statement by saying what I said to Hector, but I wanted the manager who prices the stuff up, some homosexual Spanish dude. His prices are fucking nuts. He overprices stuff, and I wanted him to hear what I had to say. Some of y'all might say, "Oh, that's kind of aggressive." Sometimes the best way to get your point across is to be direct, and sometimes you want people to, you want to spit the truth, regardless. And I understand. Who wants to put a low price on something and then still put 50% off on it, knowing that you're doing it store wide? It just makes more sense to put a higher price. When you sell it for 50% off store wide, you may still sell it for the same price it normally would have went for. But I do notice that a lot of my uniques, their prices on video gaming has gone crazy because people stand there and fight and argue over doing dumb shit, just like Second Avenue. I ain't gonna say the name, but I used to go to Second Avenue all the time. Nobody used to stand there and shit. So I started going in there and I started standing around waiting for stuff. Everybody else started doing it. You invite and bring somebody along with you, then they start getting aggressive. Then they come when you're not around and they just don't have proper etiquette. Then they put somebody else on. That person puts somebody else on. Then that person think they run the shit. Then the next thing you know, they changing everything around. So everything gets, once I leave somewhere, everything goes haywire. Every fucking time. It never fails. So all games used to be like $1, $2 or $3. Now they're individually pricing the fucking games. They're looking games up now because people standing there fighting each other. And Second Avenue now, what they did was they started putting shit over the windows so people couldn't see inside. Then they put a perimeter around the doors so people couldn't stand there and look in the doors. And people were doing dumb shit. And I was going for months in red, white, and blue, and they did the same thing. About 2 years ago, they blocked the windows so you couldn't see inside the doors of red, white, and blue. So what guys would do is they would still peek in, and then I guess because it was a liability issue for their stockers bringing their carts in and out, clashing amongst each other. They just decided that for liability reasons and safety reasons to take that shit down. So I was gone for like about 4 or 5 months, and I came back and they had a yellow tape perimeter around the door. It's still there because they don't want people at the door no more because of a lot of people doing stupid shit. And I do understand why a lot of people come in the store and they see people hanging around in the back, and it can get frustrating because that your chances of getting decent clothes and stuff is gonna be very low because as soon as it comes out, everybody's grabbing at it. So I do understand that. You know what I mean? But what they say, man, it's part of the game. It's fucked up, but it's part of the game. So I got that Xbox, so it was 50% off of $105. And then I wound up getting Rescue Rescue was $7.49, so it wound up being half of that. And I'm gonna say the most expensive game for last. Then we have this game. I think this game's like a couple of bucks, like 30, 40 bucks. They put $26.99 on this one. Operation Europe, Path to Victory, 1939 to 1945. So, yeah. That's like a $30, $40 game. I only brought it because it was half off of that. You know, I mean, I would have never brought it at no $27, especially not knowing what the hell the game is. Take these stickers off now. It's been a long time since I spent anywhere near that money at that location. Because that location, I used to spend almost that every day. Then there, of course, they had Street Fighter, or Super Street Fighter 2. They put $21 on this. I think the kid only did that because the movie's coming out. I don't know, but he was standing there looking everything up and just telling the people what the price stuff at. So, again, this was $20.99. So basically $10.49, and then this one was 26 something, right? $27. So 27. You got half of that. Then this game, Muhammad Ali's boxing, was also 21 bucks, but I looked it up and it's like 30. It's like 25 to 30 bucks. So it wound up being half of that. So again, $10.49 on that. I took all the best games. I did leave Jungle Strike and Chopper Strike, some shit like that. It was like two different Genesis games, but they didn't even have the cases. So you got that in there. Again, that was also $20.99. Then you got Evander Holyfield, Real Deal Boxing, the Real Deal Holyfield, 16 bucks. So, you know, basically, how much was 16? It's like what? I can't count, y'all. It's like 18 bucks. Not 18. $8 and change, something like that. And that's like a 30, 40. That's like a $25, $30 game. I did look it up. Because when I looked up greatest hits, heavyweights, this game showed up as well. So they both around $20 range. So I did get that one as well. So again, you have Real Deal Holyfield. It's like the Real Deal Holyfield. Now all you hookers and hoes know how I feel. Where y'all know that's from. And of course this one. I think both of these games don't have the okay, this one does have the booklet. So this one was also kind of pricey. Here you have Muhammad Ali when he was younger. Basically, then you got Jack Dempsey, Joe Frazier, Larry Holmes, Evander Holyfield, Joe Louis, Rocky Marciano, and Floyd Patterson. So, yeah, got that. Now this one is basically a $90+ game. When I saw the price on this, I was like, "Are they out of their fucking mind?" Until I looked it up. This is called Liberty or Death. I'm about to say of death. So Liberty or Death. This game was 75 bucks, so that wound up being just a little over $36. But for a game that's basically worth almost half of what I paid. I mean, this is basically a $90+ game alone. So that this game, being that I paid about $300 for everything. Actually, less than that. Basically, I'm lying. I paid $225. Let me make sure I'm right. So this is my receipt. As you can see how long it is. Oh. No, I saved $227.46. So I paid $250. So everything came up to $464.78. Yep. So that's what everything came up to. I gave $300 in cash and I got back change. So this is how long the receipt is. You see the receipt from my Unique. Yep. So you figure, let's just say 80 bucks. This how I do my rhyme and reasoning. My rhyme and reasoning, basically. Anything I buy, I always calculate. Normally, I overcalculate, or I know I can break even. The whole point is, you take a chance. Scared money don't make money. Normally, I do break more even than I lose money, but I do lose money a lot when I'm buying storage units and thrifting, because I sell to a lot of resellers. I prefer to sell to resellers. I know people at the flea market that don't like resellers. They prefer to set up later, and they prefer to sell to the regular people walking around the market. Then they like, oh, I made like $500-600. Nah, I'm not wasting my day or my time coming out giving nobody $125 to $250 for 1 to 2 spots. And you know how much shit you're giving away for free just to pay for that spot? Nah, fuck that. On a low slow day, I'm looking to make about $800 to $1,000, and that's just on a slow day. If I make over that, I'm happy. If I make that, it's what I anticipated. So I gotta deduct the $250. I'm paying for the spots because I have a truck and I have a pickup truck and a trailer, so I got to pay for 2 spots, which is basically 6 parking spaces at the Meadowlands. So the way I divvy up, that's just how I do things, and I do the same logic when it comes to me buying and reselling and shit like that. And again, sometimes I break even or make a $20 to $40 profit off of everything off of certain people, which I'm cool with, because let them deal with the headache, and they got to resell too. So I know I sell to resellers, so I got to make sure I can comfortably make money, and know at the same time I'm not hitting them in the head so they can make money, because I have a better chance of making more money off of them than trying to sell this shit myself and make money off of people that aren't resellers. So that's just my logic on how I do things. So with that basically being said, I paid $250 literally for everything today from the Union My Unique. So this game, I'm gonna value it at about $80. So 80 out of 250 leaves me with $170. $105 for the Xbox. I'm gonna call that $80 as well. So I paid $50 for it, so that's a $30 profit. So I'm gonna be at $140 now. So between this game and the Xbox, I'm only $140 in the hole now of me just breaking even. I'm gonna value this at, well, I'm gonna value both of these at 15 each. I know they go for more, but I'm gonna value them at 15 each. So that's 30 right there. So 30 and 140 leaves me with $110 to break even. I know this is easily a $20 game. So now that leaves me at 90. I know this is a $30 game. I'm gonna call it 20. That leaves me at 70. I'm gonna call this a $15 game. That leaves me at 55. Right? So $55 right there. For me to break even. Or right there. So now mind you, I also got these games as well that I didn't show you guys. This is part of that 250. Altered Beast, I'm gonna call that a $10 game. They put $15.99 on it, but I'm gonna call that a $10 game. It costs more than that, but I like to be a lot cheaper, knowing I can make money than to overprice my stuff. I like to underprice my stuff at times, because that way, is more realistic to me. So I'm gonna call this a $10 game. So I was at what, 80? Whatever the fuck, I'm gonna say 70. Let's just say 70, right? Another $10 game. They put $10.49 on it. I'm gonna call this. Yeah, I'm gonna call this 10. So that put me at 60. This is $26.99. Ghosts and Goblins. I don't know how much this game has went up in price, but I'm gonna call it a $10 game anyway. I'm pretty sure it goes for more than that, because that's the price he put on it. He probably looked it up, but I'm gonna call that a $10 game. So we're at 50. Then here we got Sonic 2. They put $7.49 on this. I'm gonna call this. I'm gonna also call this a $10 game, because I'm pretty sure it's worth about 15. So this is gonna put us at $40. Now it's close. You're probably like, dude, like you paid a lot for that. I did pay a lot for this. I did say that. I did. I definitely said that. But you're going to see the rhyme or reason. $7.49 they put on this. Mortal Kombat 2, I'm going to call this a $10 game. I'm pretty sure it's more of a $15 or $20 game. But I'm going to call it a $10 game. So this puts me at $30 now. $12.99 original Mortal Kombat. We're going to call this a $10 game as well. I'm pretty sure both of these games I should be able to get $30 for both. But I'm going to call it a 10 too. So that 10 and 10, that puts me at 20. So now I'm $20 in the hole. And we got Sonic and Spinball, $7.49 they put on it. So of course, at all the prices I'm telling you, I paid half of that. So I'm going to call this also a $10 game. I'm going to say 5. Let's be fair. So that leaves me with 15. Then we got Paperboy, $10.49 they put on it. I'm going to call that also. I'm going to call it a Fallout game. I think it's more like 10 to 15. But I'm going to say 5. So that puts me, if I can get the fucking sticker off. This sticker don't want to come off. So that's going to put me at $10 now. So now I'm $10 in the hole. Yeah, I do that. There's a lot of shit here, but... Oh, again, this is on the low end. PTO, they put $15.99. Believe it or not, this is like a $30 game, but I'm going to say 10. So now I'm even. Now, what I basically paid for everything. So now I got to look to this to make my money. You're probably like, what? That's crazy, man. You should be in the hundreds. Well, I did everything here on the low end. Beavis and Butthead, they put $16 on it. I'm pretty sure this has got to be at least a $15 game, so I'm going to say 10. So I'm already $10 in a profit. Again, this is always how I do things, just to kind of like break out. This game I already forgot, but I'm going to put 5 on it. So let's say 15. I'm $15 in now. And then this, that can go in the garbage. So Tetris, I'm going to say 5. They put $7.49 on it. So again, I pay half of that. I'm pretty sure Tetris should be a $10 game, but I'm going to say $5. So we're $20. Desert Commander, they put $7.49. I don't even know why I got this game. I don't know what it goes for, but I'm going to call it a Fallout game. That makes it $30. Then 1942, $7.49 as well. I'm going to call it a Fallout game. I don't know why I got it. So that I think I'm, what, 35 and whatever. Then you got Conflict, which is another $7.49 game. I don't know what this game goes for, but I'm going to call it a Fallout game as well. So basically, out of $250, I'm going to call it an even 300 because I know I can make a $100 profit off of all this. So my rhyme or reasoning for that, some of y'all might be like, that's kind of low. When you think about it, a quick flip, a $100 profit off of all this is great. It's actually good. That should easily be a $100 profit. Because if I can make $100 off of all this stuff, somebody could probably up it more. And I'm pretty sure they could make a $70 to $80 profit as well. But for me, an easy flip, you know, somebody be like, well, what do you want? I say 300. They might look at me like I'm crazy. But, you know, you got like 3 or 4 games there that are, you know, you got more than that. But you got at least 7 to 8. Yeah, you got a lot of games that are worth at least $20. I mean, I'm pretty confident of that. Because I did look up a lot of them. But you know that Liberty or Death, that's like a $80, and that's low end. So I'm pretty sure that game is really like $100. Then you got the other one. So I mean, you know, you got some good shit here. I mean, that Xbox 360 being out, it's in a box. It's worth $80. So 80 and 80 is already 160, as I said before. So I probably underpriced my shit. And then I went back after, you know, I asked the kid, I said, yo, where's the what's it called? Because me and Hector told him, yo, I saw this in the garbage, and I was like, yo, you know, you should never throw away the empty cases. People buy those. And he was like, what? And I was like, yeah. He was looking at me like, nah. And Hector was like, no, it was true. So unfortunately, it is just a Maximum Carnage case. And it was actually, he put $329 on it. I wanted it, even though it is broken right here. I don't care. If I get the game, that's like a $40 to $50 what's it called right now. And if I don't, I'm pretty sure the sleeve is worth like fucking $10 or somebody, because I think it's like a $30, $40 game. So I paid $5 or something like that for this. Being that it was what was it again? It was $3.29, and then this was $7.29. So this wound up being three. So yeah, I think both games. I think they both came up to like $6 or something like that. So my second round, I got this empty case and Mario and Duck Hunt. Mario and Duck Hunt is basically all day of a $10 to $15 game. You know, games are becoming a lot harder to come by now, so that has gone up a little bit in price. So let me put all this away, because all this got to go downstairs. Maybe tomorrow morning I'll wake up and I'll just start going through, I'll probably just start, because I got a lot of video games from that old black dude Sunday Before Last as well. So, you know, I've been picking up a lot of video game stuff as of late. I'm really, you know, I contacted my guy from Connecticut, Thomas, and I was like, hey, how you doing? And, you know, he was very happy to hear from me in his text. And I said, hey, I didn't forget you, but, you know, video gaming is very difficult to come by now. But I have some stuff for you now, but, you know, I'm going to, you know, hold off until I get more or enough stuff for you to be comfortably excited for. And he was very happy to hear that. So I guess he probably thought I forgot about him, but I didn't. We did a lot of great deals with each other. He's a very cool guy, and I like him. I don't say that a lot, but I like him. He's a cool guy. You know what I'm saying? And you know, he's a cool guy. So basically, I really think there's a $200 profit there. But for me to resell to somebody, I see an $80 to $100 profit off of all that, and that's fine. You know, I do this for fun. You know, you're not gonna get rich off of this type of shit, unless you come across a $3,000 game. Man, even then. So I definitely see an easy $100 profit to almost $200 in that stuff. Y'all might be like, yeah, right, that's crazy. No, because I gave you all the games on the low end, and again, what the prices they had on all of them, it was still 50% off of that. And you know what I'm saying? And some games were still worth more than the price they put on it. Like that $74.99 game. That's a $80 to over $100. A box 360. Any box system is going to go for $40 to $50 more than it normally would if it's by itself, just because it has a box. So yeah. And then from there, like I said, I went to Watchung. Nothing in the Watchung My Uniques. Then I went to the Watchung, which is like down a block and around the corner and up a ramp to an outside strip mall. I went to the Target there as I was on the phone with Fam Eric and Fam Alex. I always say Fam Eric and Alex because I look at them as family. They are family. And they're brothers. They're blood brothers. So that's why I say that a lot. So if it annoys you hearing me say it, fuck you. So here we have 5 Super 7 Joes. Here we have Diana, October Guard. I am Diana, motherfucker. That was horrible. And then here we have Hydro Viper. I don't know if I have him or not. No, I don't have her. Then we got here Tiger Force Snake Eyes. I may or may not have him. Then we have Flash. I'm pretty confident I don't have him. And of course we have Undercover Chuckles. How you call him undercover? He's got like a gun holster. Like, what makes him undercover with a gun holster? And then like tonight, as I dropped my daughter off to go to work, I went to the West Orange Target, and all they had was the Python Patrol Cobra Commander. I actually have this one. Didn't even know I had him. Because I was like, I thought I had him, but then I didn't think I had him because I was like, I don't remember the red guns. Come to find out, I have him. So I'm pretty sure, hopefully, he's the only one out of 6 I picked up tonight or today that I don't need. Or I don't like returning shit. I hate doing that. That's why I very rarely like to pick up stuff that I'm not too sure about because I don't like returning things. I just feel funny. I just don't like returning shit. And as I said earlier, that's basically everything. Well, that's about to fall. Let me figure I'm going to put this without it, before it gets messed up. Let me put it right here. And then, like I said, so from there, I went to Elizabeth's My Unique, nothing. So straight from Elizabeth, I went to, like I said, red, white, and blue. And thanks to the peoples there, I got this stuff. So, this is what I was talking about before. I couldn't believe this was just sitting in a thing. I mean, the box was kind of beat up, but I knew exactly what it was when I saw it, and I was like, oh, I was like, yo, whose is this? Nobody claimed it. It was just laying in. I was like, what? And, you know, they actually put $10 on this. Still a good price. I mean, this stuff wasn't half off. This stuff was regular price. Because they did their 50% off of everything in the store for family and friends on Friday. And you had to have a coupon to get that. Which, of course, you know, if you don't speak Spanish and or wasn't Dominican, they weren't really hooking up people. I mean, I'm gonna say for what it is. Some of y'all may not like it or whatever, but a lot of people, a lot of Hispanic people are funny acting people. A lot of them are just as racist, if not even more racist than white folk. When y'all motherfuckers would even be here, it wasn't for my people. So I take that shit to heart. That third world country, fucking foreign ass green card carrying fucking minorities come here and they want to act like they better, or they're not part of you, which kind of ticks me the fuck off. Because in reality, my people made it very easy for y'all motherfuckers to be here. So if I upset certain of y'all, I don't give a fuck. The truth hurts, and you can go fuck yourself. Again, like I said, I don't give a flying fuck. So I know this was definitely worth at least, I thought it was worth at least $40-50. I see it here, a used one sold for $95. Oh, I mean, I got my thing. Oh, it's still charging. But anyway, well, you know, let me show you. Sold. $95. So I was like, oh, I couldn't believe it. I even got that little train thing that kids sit on, and it has a little dome with a little pop with a little gumball looking things in it, and as you push it, it moves. Vintage from the Smurfs, and I was like, oh shit! I saw that in a cart. They was about to put back. I thought this guy that I don't fuck with was buying that stuff, but he left, and it was actually only $4.99, and I got a glowworm. I got a glowworm one too, so I'll probably wind up cleaning them shits up and taking pictures of them and posting them on Facebook Marketplace. But that Smurf thing, it's worth about $65. It's sold on eBay for around that. So to pay $5 for that was good. I didn't want to bring it up here and show y'all that, but you know, still pretty good. Again, this is kind of crushed, but I'm thinking that a lot of this stuff came from the same person. Because Izzy told me he got I'm gonna show you what I got. Anybody who knows me know that I collect hot toys, so that might be a clue. And I don't know where a lot of this stuff came from, but I'm thinking it either came from somebody's collection or maybe a store that went out of business. I don't know, but I couldn't believe that this was just sitting there. And these two Mexican guys, I don't like them. The father's an older guy. You could tell he don't like black folk too much. I'm gonna tell you why I don't like a lot of Mexicans, a lot of Hispanics. They don't like black people. And me being a person, I'm proud of both my heritages. I mean, Dominicans ain't nothing but blacks anyway. So I'm not gonna say I'm half Dominican and half black, because I don't give a fuck what you say. Dominicans, Puerto Ricans ain't nothing but a whole bunch of fucking goddamn fucking mira speaking niggas. Reason why I get along with a lot more Puerto Ricans than any other Spanish race, because they know. And I've always gotten along, always had a great rapport with Puerto Ricans than I did any other Hispanic race. Hector is one of the exceptions, along with Pablo and a very few others. But that's not even their upbringing. That's just them and their personalities. Because me and Hector had this conversation, and he was explaining me stuff about personal shit in his life. So I mean, I get why some people feel the way they do. Because you know, you got a lot of ignorant niggas do dumb jigaboo shit. But it is what it is. So to pay $10 for this, and to see that it's sold for $75, I'm gonna say it's worth about $60 all day. That's gotta go back. That's gotta go downstairs. This Eddie didn't want it. He said it sells for about $100 or something bucks. They actually put $15 on this. I know Dragon. I believe the guy I was talking about. I'm not gonna mention his name. Older guy. I think he got a couple of pieces too. Again, this stuff must have came out when I was in Union. And again, like I said, from Union, I mean, I didn't get there until almost 1 or about 1. And again, this is $15. And oh, there's 2 figures in here. Wait a minute. Ah, I get it. So this is used. But what this person did was, this person I'm explaining it to y'all now. So now I get it. It is missing stuff, but what this cat did was this guy put both of the figures in here because it's the same. I think it's the same face but different outfit. So he just basically took the outfit off of one and put them on both. So Eddie said this was worth $100 and something bucks, but it really isn't now because it's not new. But being that there's another outfit on another figure in here, let's see what it's sold for. Let's see if I can find a used one. It was only 15 bucks. That's why I took it. Eddie didn't really want it anyway. And I think somebody took a couple of other ones. So I'm going to go there tomorrow morning. And yeah, so this one, wow. But these are all in a package. This isn't. So I'll probably call this worth like 50 bucks. Maybe even 60 just because it's used. Okay, so not even. So the brand new, they're 65. They're like $60, $65. Brand new, yeah. So I'm going to call this like 40 bucks because it does have another figure dressed up. So I should do more due diligence on that, but it's all good. I came up. Since I got that 360 today, that's the reason why I picked up this game. But be it as it may, it's like a fucking $15 game. I didn't even know that. Who had this? Somebody had this for like $5. It was at $5. Again, I only got it because it's a 360 game. So we got Sniper Elite, $3. And this is their normal regular prices. 9 out of 10. Sometimes games be anywhere from $2 up to about $5, depending on if it's new or sealed. And again, nothing I'm showing you guys now in this red bag was half off. All this stuff was not half off. All this stuff was the price that's on it. This I thought was pretty cool. It sells for about $20 plus. They had it at $4.99. I grabbed it. They had a Mario one. It was longer, but it was like it was very light, and it was like a star, a flower, and something else. It was more like a light. Again, this is $5, and this is a work pipe pen and plant pot. It's got weight to it. It's really nice, so that's why I got it. Then this, I was hoping to find some Smurfs. I knew exactly what this was, so I grabbed it real quick. And I like trying to do things kind of incognito, not around those two Mexican guys, the father and son. Now, father's probably around my age. The son is probably in his 40s or 30s or something like that. Because, like, you know, people seem to watch what I grab because they know I know my shit. This is only $3. The Papa Smurf house alone, this from 2008 sold for about $40 to $50. So when I saw that, I grabbed it. I mean, I already grabbed this quick. But at $3, they didn't see me put it back. So the guy, I did see the father like walk up to my cart and take a picture of it as he was doing it and walked off. And then he went over and mumbled to his son in Spanish. And then he went like, oh shit, we missed that. You know what I mean? So it's just like when I'm at the flea market, you know, it's kind of dangerous when you know your shit. Because when people know that you know your stuff and they're like, oh wow. So they automatically figure that whatever you got is worth $1 million. This was only fucking $3. I think this is Snake Eye. I mean Storm Shadow. I saw it just sitting on the thing. And again, this was $5. Well, $4. $3.99. And I think this is Sideshow. So I'm thinking that there's gonna be more stuff tomorrow. Yeah, this is definitely Sideshow. I could tell from the body. I saw the tabby, the Ninja Tabbies, and with the head sculpt being like this, I do believe this is Sideshow's version of Snake Eye. I mean Storm Shadow. You know, that's why it's always good to be well-rounded into a lot of shit because you learn. And the quality of this, I know it wasn't Dragon, and I know it was a ninja, even though he's missing stuff. And I'm like, yo, I think that's Storm Shadow. And it was just sitting there, and I just kept looking at it. I'm like, yo, let me go and look this thing up. Where's my, did I put it in a thing? because there's also Snake Eyes that came out later. I can tell anyway because of the shape of the shape of the body. This is like early Sideshow. You see? All that. And again, I kind of know my ish. Cuz I mean, I used to collect a lot of this stuff and I used to customize the dead figures, so I do remember this. But yeah, I think that this is definitely Storm Shadow. He doesn't have all his stuff with him, but you see the quality of his face. That's definitely Sideshow. That is not Dragon or Blue Box. I know their faces and their bodies too, but let me look them up anyway just to show you. I mean, I know, I don't need to convince anybody, but that's why it's always good to know a lot of shit that other people don't know, because it was just sitting on the shelf. Well, it's showing up Bruce Lee. It's not Bruce Lee. Let me look it up. Let me just type it in. I should just type it in anyway. Sideshow. G-I-Show. Storm Shadows. Good thing I know how to spell. Yeah. So it's basically this Storm Shadow. Well, it might be. Yep. I knew it. It is that Storm Shadow. Look at the ninja tabbies and the his ninja pants and his long sleeve shirt and the head. If you really concentrate on the head, that is definitely him. Let me see if I can. There you go. So he's missing a lot of shit. Maybe they'll come out with weapons and stuff tomorrow, but look at that face. I knew it was that. And because of that, I knew that this was a Sideshow Snake Eyes. And they put $7 on this, $6.99. So I think that there's gonna be more stuff tomorrow, because they had a lot of boxes just sitting there. He's virtually almost complete, but I knew this was Snake Eyes. I could tell just from feeling it. Yep, Sideshow. So this is our Sideshow Snake Eyes, and I mean, who knows? The person probably died, or family, or they just decided, yo, fuck it, I'm gonna get rid of this stuff. Maybe they just got more bins and stuff, but that is definitely early Sideshow Snake Eyes. I knew exactly what it was when I saw them in the bag. It came out on the cart, and when it came out, I looked at it, and I knew it was Sideshow from the knee pads. And I was like, oh shit, I got the Sideshow Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes now. So, I mean, fucking $10 for both of them is crazy. Now, this is a dragon figure. You guys probably saw how the Snake Eyes, how the Storm Shadow was built. Remember when I was talking about the head scope and the body? This is a dragon, and this was actually $4. This is see, the head sculpt doesn't look as defined or as realistic, and the body. This is a dragon figure. Always good to know your shit, which I so happen to. And then the shocker. The shocker is crazy. And I heard, Izzy said he got one too. And lo and behold, Hot Toys. I know these bodies. I used to buy these bodies by the dozens when they came out years ago. Fucking $15 they put on this. This is a true type figure, advanced body. This is basic like the slim body. And they gave you the head of the Dominic Prison Break, aka the guy who played Drake the Vampire in Blade 3. I think his real name is Dominic something. I can't remember, but that's basically him. That's basically his head sculpt. They give you like a head sculpt of somebody and stuff like that. So I don't know what I'm gonna use this body for. I have an Obama one also still in the case, and on my staircase. I haven't decided what I'm gonna do with it yet. But now I got a Caucasian one to go with it, just in case I decide to do. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I still think these bodies hold up very well. These and Fison bodies are great 1/6 scale interpretation bodies. I mean, this is basically the bodies that Hot Toys used for like over 10 years with their figures. I still think Hot Toys make some of the best bodies. I like Fison. I mean, if you want naked bodies and bodies with a lot of skin and shit showing, I do think that Fison is great. Their figures are very high quality rubber. A lot of weight. I mean, the weight and what you pay is to me is financially satisfying. But yep, that's everything. Thought it'd be a lot more than that, but that's everything. So whatever, yeah. So I might be taking some shit back to Target tomorrow. I'm trying to see here if I can see something, but I think everything else, I think 5 of the 6 figures I don't need it. So now both of the steps I saw the Python Patrol Cobra Commander, so I automatically knew that, yep, I don't need that one. I might just change it out because this one here is unpunched, so I might just change that out for the other one and take that one back, being that, you know, it's unpunched. So yeah, I'll probably do that. I'm supposed to go physical therapy tomorrow, but I think early in the morning I'm gonna go to Red, White, and Blue, see if I can catch. And then in the afternoon, I'll go to therapy on the way coming home. I'm going to do it reverse, because normally I do it the opposite, but I'm going to do it reverse. Yeah, so that's everything. So you got the Genesis games, the NES games in a boxed, used, pre-owned, a.k.a. 360, 250 gig, black. And then I got some Super 7 G.I. Joes, or Super 7 Ultimate G.I. Joes. And then, of course, the stuff I showed you guys today, which was fire. So I paid about $123 for the stuff you just saw in the red bag, which is fucking phenomenal considering the fact that Stitch is worth about $70. I would place that Dragon, being that there's 2 figures in there, even though the outfit is on another figure. I would basically call that a $40 figure. Yeah, I mean it's not bad. It's pretty decent. You know what I mean? And you know, it is what it is, y'all. And here is all of the stickers. Price stickers, sticker prices or whatever. So yeah, man, that's basically everything. Everything. All this stuff's gotta go downstairs to the basement. And then sometime in the next couple days I gotta, you know, start straightening up stuff in the basement. The basement is nowhere near how it used to be. So don't get excited because you hear me saying it. It's gonna be a long time, probably until like winter time or end of summer. The way everything is nowadays and the way things are going and the prices things are at, it's very, very hard to come across video game stuff. Even at a high price, it's just hard to come by that stuff. So I'm never gonna be nowhere near. It'll take me at least 2 or 3 years of concentrated discipline to put my stuff where I sold the stuff, where I initially made that money off of Thomas. That's not going to happen no time soon. That's going to be fucking, if I'm lucky, 6-7 months down the line of true discipline. You know what I'm saying? I know that for a fact. And then now I'm also trying to put my toy gaming back up too, because normally when I get a lot of official shit, I sell it. So I can use that money to buy storage units or other shit. So I'm really trying to get back there right now. But it's kind of hard because as soon as I get some decent shit, I wind up saying fuck it and I wind up selling it to Hector. Which I got no problem with that because that's my boy. And you know, I make a couple of bucks, he make money, but everybody's happy. He keeps buying from me, I keep selling to him. That's great. So either way, we're both happy. You know, I'd be happy if I could make most of the money, but I'm not a greedy person. I'm an equal opportunist for others to make money too. So anyway, y'all, I gotta go because I'm just talking about nothing. Peace out.